Hello students, in this class we are going to determine the equivalent mass of oxidizing agents and reducing agents. But to predict an oxidizing agent or a reducing agent, we should be very perfect in finding oxidation numbers, which we discussed in the last class, right? In the last class we studied the determination of oxidation number, right? Now in that concept, let us study some special cases. Special cases means if the name is prefixed with per or peroxy, if the name is prefixed with per or peroxy, it indicates the presence of peroxy bond. What's meant by peroxy bond? O single bond O is called as peroxy bond. You know that oxygen is bivalent. See, this has formed two bonds. This also has formed two bonds, right? Oxygen bivalency is satisfied. But O single bond O is called as peroxy bond. And the significance of this bond is, as this is between the same oxygen atoms, exactly similar oxygen atoms, both are of same strength, same electronegativity. So as a result of this, what happens? The electrons will be exactly in between. They cannot be polarized. Means here both are of same electronegativity. Both will attract with same power, right? That's why this shared electron pair will be exactly at the center. Means this bond is not polarizable. We cannot polarize this bond. Depending on the other atoms, suppose if hydrogens are there, of course, then this molecule will be hydrogen peroxide, right? If it is hydrogen peroxide, among O and H, which is more electronegative? Oxygen. So it attracts the shared pair more strongly towards itself, so that partial negative charge is developed, partial positive charge is developed. Similarly, partial negative and partial positive. Because of this particular reason, in peroxides, each oxygen pair is -1. This is what I had given yesterday. Because of this sort of polarity of only additional bonds and non-polarity of O single bond O, because of this total phenomena, peroxy oxygens bear -1 each. Is that clear? Peroxy oxygens bear -1 each. See, this is -1 and this is -1. Understood? We have another case. Suppose F2O2. Of course, they have open book-like structure. So we'll discuss that in the next classes. For our convenience, I am explaining you in a simple manner. This is also peroxy bond. Here also, O single bond O is called as peroxy bond. Right? Now, in this case, O bond is not polarizable. So we cannot polarize this bond. When it comes to O and F, there is an electronegativity difference. So which is more electronegative now? Fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. So as it is more electronegative, it attracts the shared pair more towards itself, as a result of which one partial negative charge is developed at fluorine. And at the same time, partial positive charge will be on oxygen. Similarly, in this bond also, fluorine attracts the electrons more strongly, as a result of which partial negative, and this will be a partial positive. Now, this is also a peroxy bond, but in case of O2F2, peroxy oxygens are possessing what charge? +1 each. Peroxy oxygens are possessing +1 each. It depends on the other atom for a peroxide. See, this is a peroxy link. Other atom is weaker than oxygen. So, oxygen is getting -1 and -1. This is also a peroxy bond in which other atom is stronger than oxygen, as a result of which each peroxy oxygen is possessing +1. Is that clear? And as we are discussing this, in case of OF2, oxygen difluoride, now you can easily predict. Among oxygen and fluorine, which is more electronegative? Tell me. Fluorine. So this possesses partial negative, this will be partial positive. Similarly, in this bond also, fluorine possesses partial negative and oxygen possesses partial positive. So, in case of OF2 molecule, oxygen is getting 2 units positive charge, each fluorine is getting 1 unit negative charge. So these are the special cases for oxygen. There are so many such special cases we are going to study in the further topics. Okay. Now oxygen, once again a small recap. Oxygen usually shows -2 in oxides. Oxygen usually shows -2. In most of the cases it is -2. In case of peroxides, each oxygen possesses which oxidation number? -1. And in case of superoxides, each oxygen possesses -half. Already we studied this in the previous class. Once again, right? Oxygen in oxides shows -2. In peroxides shows -1. In superoxides shows -half. These oxidation states are per oxygen. Don't neglect that point. For each oxygen, these are the oxidation states. And in case of O2F2, just now we discussed. In case of O2F2, each oxygen shows +1, and in case of OF2, each oxygen shows +2. These 5 points are regarding oxygen, which we have to remember. Have you followed? And this is some sort of special case by remembering which we can easily answer the questions in competitive exams. Right? Now, few more areas we have to learn now. So, if the name is prefixed, with per or peroxy, what does it mean? It indicates the presence of one peroxy bond. One peroxy bond means how many oxygens are involved in that? Tell me. One peroxy bond means 2 oxygens are involved. Yes, you are aware of that. So, among those 2 oxygens, each oxygen will get -1. Indicates the presence of one peroxy bond where each oxygen atom bears -1 oxidation state. Each oxygen atom bears -1 oxidation state. Okay, this point we have to remember. It is a very, very important point. Right? Now, examples on this. Per monosulfuric acid. Per monosulfuric acid. See, the name is prefixed with the per. Means its formula also I am giving H2SO5. You know sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is H2SO4. This is per monosulfuric acid. Also called as Carrot's acid. It is also called as what? Carrot's acid. That's a special name, trivial name actually. So per monosulfuric acid, also called as Carrot's acid, whose formula is H2SO5. Now in this, they will ask us to find the oxidation state of sulfur. Usually if you forget this per prefix, what's the answer you are going to get? Let it be X plus hydrogen. Each hydrogen is +1. Very good. +1 into 2. Plus, in general, if you neglect this per prefix, for each oxygen, what's the value you are going to do? -2 into 5 equals to 0. X is equals to +8. X equals to +8, isn't it? Okay. And in a tempting manner, in the questions, examinations, they will give the first option as +8 because they will keep those students who do frequent mistakes and set the paper, right? First option they will give +8. If a student who is in a hurry to answer the question has got a +8, he will mark the wrong answer. It is wrong answer. You know why? +8 indicates what? Plus charge indicates number of electrons lost, no? Plus indicates electrons lost. +8 means 8 electrons were lost from sulfur. When sulfur has 6 electrons in the outer shell, how can it lose 8 electrons? Tell me. I have 6 rupees only. How can I be the loser of 8, right? So the same way, sulfur has only 6 electrons in the outer shell. How can it lose 8 electrons? It's beyond the scope, right? Understood? That's why this one is a wrong answer. First we have to learn the wrong approach so that we can avoid that. Now, what's the right method? As prefix per is there, it indicates peroxy link. It indicates peroxy link. So 2 oxygens bear -1 each. 2 oxygens bear -1 each. Out of 5 oxygens, 2 oxygens will bear -1. Rest of the oxygens bear -2 as usual. Rest of the oxygens bear -2 as usual. Only two peroxy oxygens bear -1. Now let us find that of sulfur here, H2SO5, X plus 1 for hydrogen, that is quite common. Plus 1 into 2 plus 2. Plus out of 5, how many oxygens are bearing -1 because of peroxy link? 2 oxygens are bearing -1. And rest 3 oxygens are bearing the common oxidation state of oxide is equals to, is it a charged species C? No, there is no charge. So 0 on the right side. On simplification, X is equals to plus 6. Is that clear? This is how we have to solve the special cases where per or peroxy prefix is specified. Don't neglect this. Okay. If the name is prefixed with per, it indicates that 2 oxygens or 2 oxygen atoms are involved in peroxy bond. You may get a doubt, sir, what if 2 peroxy bonds are there? That will be specified, don't worry. That specification will be given accordingly. Or you have to remember, some cases you have to remember no way. Okay, but this is clear. Now, let's come to our next case. Now, our next example is peroxy monosulfuric acid. Peroxy disulfuric acid. Mono we studied, no? Our next example is peroxy disulfuric acid, which is also called as Marshall's acid. Peroxy disulfuric acid is also called as, or per disulfuric acid also, sometimes they may give per disulfuric acid or peroxy disulfuric acid, also called as Marshall's acid. Its formula is H2S2O8. H2S2O8. Right? See, as there is a prefix per or peroxy, now we can say it has a peroxy bond. Because of this peroxy bond, 2 oxygens will bear -1 each. 2 oxygens bear -1 each. Rest 6 oxygens will bear -2 each. Rest 6 oxygens will bear -2 each. Right? Just now we studied, no? Now let us find the oxidation state of sulfur in H2S2O8, which is called as peroxy disulfuric acid or Marshall's acid. As 2 sulfurs are there, let it be 2x plus 1 for each hydrogen into 2. So plus 2 plus out of 8 oxygens, 2 oxygens are bearing -1, which are peroxy oxygens. So 2 oxygens are bearing -1. The rest 6 oxygens will bear -2, the normal oxidation state of an oxide, right? Equals to, it's a neutral species. So right side charge is 0. On simplification, we will get X as plus 6. Understood? So like this peroxy or per prefix must be considered always. Is that clear? One more example. Let us solve one more example for this peroxy prefix. That is chromium diperoxide. What's the next example? Chromium diperoxide. Usually, some others in some reference books, it is also given as chromium peroxide. It It is also given as chromium peroxide. Okay, but actually it is a diperoxide. Both are similar. Diperoxide. Diper. Okay, diperoxide means what? There are two peroxy bonds. Very good. There are two peroxy bonds. Its formula is CrO5. CrO5. As it has two peroxy bonds, see, when there is one peroxy bonds, we are giving -1 oxidation state for two oxygens. I am repeating, when there is one peroxy bond, -1 value is given for two oxygens. When there are two peroxy bonds, 4 oxygens must be given with -1. Very good. So 4 oxygen atoms must be given -1 and the rest 1 oxygen will be given the usual oxidation state, that is -2. So like this we have to analyze every step. As you are in the beginning stage, do it slowly. After practicing some examples, you will pick up the speed. Don't worry about that. Okay. First you learn properly and slowly. X, let it be X for chromium. Plus out of 5 oxygens, 4 are peroxy. 4 into -1. Understood? And the fifth oxygen is -2 equals to, is there any charge on this? Is there any charge on that? No charge. So 0. On simplification, X equals to +6. So in chromium diperoxide or chromium peroxide, oxidation state of chromium is +6. Even if you are good at electronic configuration, some students might have learned electronic configuration in the lower classes itself. For chromium 24, electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1, 3d5, 4s1, 3d5. So in some boards, this sort of configuration might not have taught there. Okay, but now you are going to learn. Don't worry. See, chromium actually utilizes these 6 electrons. This 1 electron and these 5 electrons. Right? Those 6 electrons are lost. +6. Understood? Now, you know, you have one more point here. Its structure is a beautiful structure. That's called as butterfly structure. See, chromium, one double bond. This is one peroxy bond. And this is one peroxy bond. This is called as butterfly structure. Okay. See, this is a peroxy bond. This is a peroxy bond. These two and these two will bear -1 each in peroxy oxygens usually, except in case of peroxy fluoride. In rest all peroxides, each oxygen bear -1. In the beginning we discussed, one peroxy compound is there with fluorine where each oxygen is bearing +1. That's a special case, I told you already. So these two peroxy and these two peroxy will bear -1 each, and this is a normal oxygen bear -2. So -1, -1, -1, -1 and -2, total -6 are surrounding. So chromium bears +6. Understood? Now this is another case. Now let's come to exceptions to this rule. Exceptions to this peroxy bond. Exceptions means in some cases per is added as an inevitable situation. Means exceptions to per or peroxy prefix. Exceptions to per or peroxy prefix. Now let us see. Permanganate ion. Permanganate ion means MnO4 power -1. It has a prefix per, but there is no peroxy bond. There is no peroxy bond. Actually, here this prefix per is added just to differentiate from its previous member. Like we have MnO4 power -2, which is called as manganate. This is called as manganate ion. What is this called as? Manganate ion. As this is manganate and the next follower is called as permanganate. Next follower is called as permanganate. It's an inevitable situation. Okay, so we have to show some difference. That's why in a trivial manner, in old system before IUPAC, some names were given. Still, the same system is being continued, right? Similarly, we have another exception. Another exception. See, what's the point I am specifying here? This name has per prefix, but there is no peroxy bond. Means no -1. No oxygen base -1. All oxygens will bear -2 only, the normal oxidation state. Similarly, we have one more. Perchloric acid. It is HClO4. We have to remember such special cases. No way. By means of learning only, we can remember. Okay. There is no other shortcut. Perchloric acid. See, there is a prefix per. Usually, whenever there is a prefix, what I said, there is a presence of peroxy bond, right? But here there is no peroxy bond. There is no peroxy bond means no -1 oxidation state. All oxygens bear -2 only. All oxygens bear -2 only. Look, you can find out the oxidation numbers. See, permanganate, suppose. Now you see, let it be X for manganese plus what I said, there is no peroxy bond. There is no peroxy bond. As there is no peroxy, all the 4 oxygens will bear -2 equals to, it's a charged species, -1. Right? Now, x minus 8 equals to -1, x equals to +7. X equals to +7. So, in permanganate ion, manganese bears +7 oxidation state. Similarly, in HClO4 also. Even in HClO4 also, we can find it out. See, in HClO4, let chlorine be X plus hydrogen is +1 plus all the 4 oxygens bear -2 equals to 0. X is equals to +7. Chlorine has 7 electrons in its outer shell. All the 7 are lost. Even manganese also, all the 7 valence electrons are lost. Right? So, there are some exceptions to this per or peroxide rule. Like this, we have to remember. So, while learning or by practicing such cases, we can remember easily. Don't worry, we need not worry. Right? Special cases must be studied like this. Right? In all remaining cases, prefix per indicates peroxy bond. Okay? Next. Now, find out the oxidation state of manganese in potassium permanganate MnO4 -2 or take potassium manganate. This is potassium permanganate. Before this, I removed K plus and MnO4 minus, right? Okay, that's why only permanganate ion I had given. But now what's the case? This is K2MnO4 called as potassium manganate. Now, in these examples, let us find the oxidation number of manganese. Already we solved the same case. Again we are trying. X plus potassium 1A group element alkali metal, first group always shows +1. Plus each oxygen is, there is no peroxy bond. Just now we discussed, even though per prefix is there in this, okay, there is no peroxy bond. So all the oxygens bear -2 into 4 equals to 0. X equals to +7. Same thing. MnO4 minus is an ion. This is a formula, complete formula. Similarly, this one, find oxidation state of manganese here. Let it be X plus each potassium is +1. +1 into 2 +2 plus, as there is no peroxy bond, see, no peroxy itself is not specified here. Each oxygen bear -2 into 4 equals to 0. X equals to +6. This is how this oxidation number method is very helpful. Like we are going to study in the next topic actually. MnO2. MnO2. Manganese dioxide. Manganese dioxide, right? So find that of manganese X plus minus 2 into 2 equals 0. X is equals to, yeah, X is equals to plus 4. Understood? Similarly, one more case. Potassium dichromate. Potassium dichromate. What's the oxidation state of potassium in potassium dichromate? The formula is K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7, right? So let it be 2x for 2 chromiums plus each potassium is plus 1 into 2 plus there is no per prefix right here. Have you noticed? All oxygens are bearing minus 2 into 7 equals to 0. So on simplification, X equals to plus 6. So in potassium dichromate, chromium base, which oxidation state? Plus 6. Is that clear? Now few more cases to learn. Find oxidation state of manganese in manganese sulfate. Find oxidation state of manganese in manganese sulfate, right? So let it be X plus. In the previous session, I specified sulfate unit always carries 2 units negative charge. You should recollect such points. Each sulfate always carries 2 units negative charge. So wherever SO4 is there, for each SO4 you assign minus 2. So for this total SO4 minus 2 equals to, what's the net charge on the species? 0. Very good. So X equals to plus 2. Understood? Similarly, find oxidation state of chromium in chromium sulfate, Cr2SO4 thrice. Find oxidation state of chromium. How to? As it is not known, what we have to do? Take X for each chromium. For 2 chromiums, 2x. And for each sulfate, what's the charge? Minus 2. Very good. Minus 2 into 3 equals to 0. So 2x equals to plus 6. X equals to plus 3. Understood? So this is how different cases can be studied. Right? CrCl3. Chromium chloride. CrCl3. Find that of chromium. Find the oxidation state of chromium. As this is not known, let it be X plus. Chlorine is more electronegative than chromium, and chlorine always gains 1 electron because it has 7 electrons. To get octet set of electrons, 8 electrons, it needs 1 more. So chromium is minus 1 into 3 equals to 0. X equals to plus 3. Right? So these are some cases, very few cases we are discussing, because the rest of the cases we have to learn by practice. So these are some cases where we calculated the oxidation states of the given elements. Right? Now our next topic is oxidation and reduction reactions. Oxidation and reduction reactions, which we are going to continue in our next session. Right?